This week's article of the week, The Drinkable Book That Could Save Your Life. As we're reading this article, think about the connections that it might have to the novel, The Long Walk to Water. Remember, as you're reading, you need to make annotations. Those annotations can be writing a word or phrase next to each paragraph that summarizes the important point, number the paragraphs, underline the title of the article. Circle the subheadings, make each subheading into a question, and write it as an annotation in the margin. And I've done some of those things for you already, but I want you to go ahead and make sure that all of those things are taken care of before we begin. All right, let's get started. The Drinkable Book That Could Save Your Life. A good book can have a profound impact on the reader. Some are so powerful that they can even change lives. But how about a book that could actually save your life? Sounds a little far-fetched, I know, but that's exactly what one group of seriously outside-the-box thinkers have dreamed up. So what's the rationale behind this seemingly wacky idea? A radical solution to a global problem. Notice that that's a subheading, and I've already turned it into a question over here that we'll go back and answer later. I also put a word out here to the side next to paragraph 2, and it says rationale means. So you'll need to go back and write the definition for rationale as it's used. A radical solution to a global problem. When it comes to the planet's most critical commodity, nothing is more essential than clean water. Without it, we die very quickly. It's as simple as that, but many parts of the world suffer from crippling water shortages. Overall, it's believed that 663 million people don't have access to safe drinking water. Around 358 million of those people reside in sub-Saharan Africa alone, and the World Health Organization says 3.4 million people die every year due to health conditions caused by drinking unsanitary water. But one solution to this serious problem comes in the form of a drinkable book. Now, the book isn't a real book, of course, but it does provide water that's safe to drink for millions. How? Well, it's specially treated page, notice the way that's spelled, drinking paper not only combines printed information on how and why water should be filtered, but it actually does the job for you. The reader simply tears out a page, puts it in a simple filter holder, and then pours water over it. The silver and copper nanoparticles contained in the paper kill dangerous bacteria and diseases that lurk in the water. Talk about innovative thinking. Think about that simple water filter holder as something that you might put in those white paper coffee filters. So think about that. The idea comes from Dr. Teresa Dankovich, a postdoctoral researcher at Carnegie Mellon University, right here in my backyard of Pittsburgh. Dankovich tested her New Age filter paper on 25 different water sources in 5 countries. The results were impressive. The pages eliminated 99% of the bacteria present in the water, along with metallic levels that were well above U.S. guidelines for safe drinking water. Even better, one single sheet of this paper can filter up to 26 gallons of water. It means an entire book can supply one person's water needs for up to 4 years. Take a look. How can you help make this book a bestseller? There's another subheading. Dankovich recently presented the results of her field tests to the 250th meeting of the American Chemical Society. To date, though, her team at Carnegie Mellon has only produced 2,000 sheets of this paper all by hand. When I reached out to Dr. Dankovich, she emphasized that the project is still in the development stage and the book isn't for sale yet. However, it's already passed the first 2 stages with flying colors, in the laboratory and on real water sources. The next step is to find a commercial, scalable way to mass produce the product, and she's working with charities, Water is Life and IDE, to help make that happen. But like most entrepreneurial tech projects, they require funding to truly get off the ground. These days, that's much easier due to the popularity of crowdfunding, and there's an Indiegogo campaign, ongoing to help raise funds. As I write, it secured $8,325 of its $30,000 goal with just 11 days to go. So consider chipping in a few bucks towards this incredible and worthwhile project. This is one book that I sincerely hope becomes a bestseller. Remember, subheadings are reading, what do we call those? Road signs, fill in the blanks. They tell us what's coming next. Annotations, when you write it, that's right, you remember it. Please make sure you fill in the blanks. You'll notice right here there's a space for parent signature. This article is not due until next Monday, right? So you need to make sure that you take your copy home at some point before next Monday, read it aloud to someone at home, get a parent signature, and review your answers. Go over this, talk about it, talk about the connections it has to the novel that we're reading in class, The Long Walk to Water, and how this idea might help those people that we're talking about in The Long Walk to Water. Now let's go back and make sure that your annotations are being done. Remember, annotations, 40 points, answers to the questions, 40 points, and grammar is going to be worth 20 points this week. We had some issues last week on our last article of the week, writing complete sentences, complete thoughts, punctuation. We need to make sure that that is taken care of because we want to be good, effective communicators even in writing. Okay? Make sure you go back and number your paragraphs and do your annotations in the margins over here. And don't forget to answer some of the questions that I've put in the margins. For example, rationale means. Tell me what that means, okay? I did a subheading question for you over here, so you just need to answer it. Now, there is another subheading in the article that you'll need to turn it into a question and answer it, all right? Let's take a look very quickly at the questions that go along with the article. Remember, answers must be in complete sentences and include a conjunction. You have a list of conjunctions in your data folder, right? You must write the number of the paragraph where you found the evidence to answer questions, okay? For example, number 1, according to the text, what is the planet's most critical commodity? You'll notice that that's also bolded in the article, so it should be pretty easy to find, right? List the 3 stages of development for this product. Make sure you write the paragraph number where you find that information. Let's take question number 2, for example. How might you start your answer? Remember, use something from the question to begin your answer. So I might say the 3 stages of development for the product are, and then I would go ahead and complete my answer there, okay? So we've got several questions there. Then we move down. We've got a few more questions here. There is, number 8 does have some math work that you'll need to do using some of the statistics that they give you in the article about how many people lack access to safe drinking water. And then number 9 and 10, this is a little different, so I want to look at this with you. The author presents information in a video and in the article, all right? What are the advantages and disadvantages of each format? So when they mean format, what they're talking about is the information in the format of a video and the information in the format of the written article, okay? Because as readers and as listeners, we gather information in different ways from different media formats, whether it's in writing or whether it's in watching a video. So what are the advantages of getting the information from a video, the advantages of getting the information from the text, an article, and what are the disadvantages for each of those? Make sure you write your responses in complete sentences.